Hello, traders. Okay. Quick mic check. Everyone, I hope that I can never quite tell when I start this, but hopefully my mic sounds okay and it's not my webcam mic taking over again. Let's have a look at price. I'll give this just a couple of minutes before, just to make sure my mic's okay. All right. So we are going. Sounds good. Cool. Okay, Mike is good. All right, hello everyone. So yeah, it's um we're getting a nice little pump out of this. So what are we looking for? Let's just take a look. Next obvious level 49k. Okay. So we know that there is well, we know 49k is the next level up there. So we have this big weekly level. This is pretty significant, okay, because this was our last like macro higher low, I guess, before everything just dumped on a weekly level. So we've got to be aware of this level coming up on here, and yeah, above there, then it's obviously 50k is the next target. But we do have some. Yeah, let's have a look at the volume profile. Fixed range, take it from our year so far. We do have this high volume node coming up as well. Yeah, 49, 200-ish kind of area. Okay, so this is about, well, I don't know. Maybe it could go higher than this, but I'm looking at the moment potentially as seeing this weekly level. This has been really what we've been waiting for quite some time now. So really this weekly level is the major level on the chart to be aware of. And we'll see if we can get there. See if we can hit this over the weekend. It would be quite a nice time to get that move up and to hit the weekly over the weekend on this. But we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I'm going to take a look at some alts as well. I'm probably not going to be streaming for too long on this occasion. I just want to cover some of the price action because yeah, it's pretty good. And it's really warm in this room. I'm just going to turn my fan on because I always have to close the door when I go live, so the world can't really hear me, although I'm broadcasting to the world, so I don't know why I should really care about that. But yeah. Wow. Okay. So yeah, let me just do a little bit more on Bitcoin. Let's just have a look at what we have had today. So it's actually been really interesting. Okay, so what we had, I was just prepping a video on the initial balance, and I'm gonna just explain very briefly what the theory behind our initial balance is, and it's a really interesting one for today. So anyone who's not in the crew, this is a little freebie. I'd like to get this up to at least like 20, 30 likes whilst I'm explaining this because it's a little freebie for everyone. So yeah, please do like this video and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, although I'm sure everyone here is probably already subscribed. But yes, please do that. Cool. So initial balance for today started off high volume, clear, like this is a clear sign that there is acceptance of price at this level, which actually is interesting because we closed outside of yesterday's value area. Normally what happens when you close outside of the value area, it's often very low volume in the morning, okay? So it's often very low volume during that Asia session, during that initial balance, because people are like, whoa, this is really high, okay? And it increases then the chance of price possibly falling down and filling single prints and coming back into value area loads, getting the 80% set up and all of that kind of thing. However, on this occasion, we had pretty good volume on the open session, like right when the daily open happened. And this is our first hour of trading. And our initial balance was formed entirely from that first half hour. Okay, so within the first half hour, we had our initial balance formed, and we were contained within that for most of the day up until the point of breakout. Now what this does, when you have a high volume initial balance with a large range, it increases the likelihood that any breakout will get continuation. Okay, so if this was to get a move to the downside and start to lose the initial balance, it would have definitely triggered us looking down towards these single prints, looking down towards previous day value area high, etc., etc. But it did not do that. It broke to the upside, and this was a good sign that if you break this on a high volume, wide initial balance, you are likely to get continuation from that. Okay, the other thing, and this is how you can get a sense of which direction this is going to go, and how you can get how you can form a bias for this, is the position of the daily open. Again, I am preparing a video all on this. I'm going to release this. I don't know whether I should do it as a public video or whether I should just do it for the crew. I may do the theory as a public video and then the actual way to trade it just for the crew. I think that might be the way to do it. So crew will get the playbook of the initial balance, how you trade it, but the theory behind it I'll release as just a public video. But I'm doing it as a roundabout way. Now this is how you can help to form a bias. So our daily open is very important here, okay? You can see quickly ticked below, just by a few dollars, and then it had a big drive up on the daily open before consolidating within the initial balance, okay? Now it's this position here, with our daily open being at the low of the range with a move up, that then gives us a higher probability that the daily open would hold and you would get a move up out of this, okay? So you have that, yeah, Jacob, you have that open drive on the open, and this was also that VWAP setup. So anyone again within the crew, I do believe we had that quick VWAP setup on this, on the open. We got this, consolidate within the initial balance, not losing the initial balance at any point, apart from this tiny little grab of liquidity below the daily open just to test it. Then all it needs to do, test that daily open, test the low of this value area at this time, come back up, value area high, get a little retrace, and then off it goes. Okay, so this is just confirming the daily open as support and then looking for a move higher. It also helps that we're in an uptrend anyway, okay? So that does also help to form that bias, but really it's very important. Like, you see a wide initial balance, you see a high volume initial balance, and you see the daily open at the low of the initial balance, which says, okay, we're either going to be contained within this for the day because of the high volume there, price is accepted here, or we're going to break higher because of the where this is in the context of everything else. So yeah, I hope everyone found that little bit of information useful. Do take a look at this. We can go back and do a little bit of back testing on here as well. Alexandru as well, was this because of my message earlier? It's something, actually, I've had this video planned and it was going to be the next playbook for me anyway. But I wanted to get a bit background information for it before I do a playbook because it's pretty complex. However, yeah, you did remind me that I need to do that, and that's why I was preparing this video. So you can actually see, here's, if I just scroll up on this chart, look at all this. Here's all my initial balance stuff that I was preparing for the video. So yeah, that will probably come later on today. If anyone does have any questions about that as well, then yeah, please just let me know. I would be more than happy to answer any questions on the stream as well. I'm also going to go over all the theory of the session, open balances, initial balance within this. So what you can see here, again, within sessions, this gives you really nice, clear kind of indication of where things are going as well. You can see our open session this morning, the wide initial balance and then price just contained within it. Then you can see the London session, lower volume, okay, during the initial balance, then picking up, showing that possibly it's more likely that we're going to see a trend out of this. And it's, yeah, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Here, once again, you can see we had a daily open or a session open at the lows. We move up, you get a breakout, you test the initial balance, and it continues higher. So there's a lot of theory behind this, and it's quite cool stuff to trade. Also, yes, Crypto Prince. I have got to show this Crypto Prince. Oh, someone's phoning me. They can go away. Right. So I'm going to just bring up. Ooh. Oh, right. No, it's just vibrating. I'm going to bring up Discord just a second. So again, anyone who is here, just in the, who is not part of the crew already, I'm going to just bring up the trading room from the crew. So again, you just have a little insight into what's going on here. Where are we? Discord trading room. Let's just pull this up on here. Crypto Prince, shout out, big shout out. Okay, so whoa, that's huge on my screen. What are we looking at? Something. Okay, so Crypto Prince identified this fractal, which came from a couple of weeks ago, I believe. He showed me this last night when price was, I believe, just here. And then he was looking for this move higher and for this fractal to play out based off of basically what you're seeing here. So he identified it early, we noticed it here, and then he was saying he believes price is going to go higher. Here's your value area, we'll hold above here, and then we'll break up. And it's worked perfectly. So yeah, fair play, Crypto Prince. You have called that to perfection. And I can find that on. Oh, I'm on stream mode. But yeah, if we go back through our trading room and we can start to have a look at everything. Here it is again. So this is what Crypto Prince was looking for. It's got that continuation. And there's earlier instances of this as well. So yeah, well done, man. Like, here we go. Here's more of it. And at this point we were here. So he's been following this trade the whole way through and trading this fractal. I'm not someone that normally pays too much attention to fractals, but this one has been brilliant. So well done. If anyone is wondering where the fractal is from, I would have to open my DMs and have a look as when we were talking about that. But ask, just tag Crypto Prince in general chat or in the Bitcoin channel in the Discord, and I'm sure he would be very happy to explain where he saw this as well. So yeah, big shout out to him as well. And also, yes, of course, Stuart Sharp, big shout out to the Sapper Joe on the new position. Yeah, so we have Joe Pippin, who's been amazing for the community, really great analysis, consistently got that little promotion up into the master's role today, so well done to Joe. And yeah, so now Joe will be able to provide his insight for members of the crew, as well as just the general community, which is really cool. So we're looking forward to working with him a lot more as well. Yeah. Also, apologies for the clickbait title. I don't think we're going to hit 50k today. We'll probably hit 49, but yeah. K9 Crypto, I'll take profit on this setup, just the next resistance level above the value area, or do you have a specific level that you look for on this setup? I think that's probably a question towards Crypto Prince, rather than myself, because he had the value areas on here. So yeah, yeah, Crypto Prince I'm sure can answer that. Annoyingly, I've not really traded this probably as well as he has done. I did get into the long position, I think it was there, or was it? It was yesterday afternoon sometime after the trading room. I got stopped out of a short and we'll forget about that one. But then I was able to get into a long, and I did take profit on this earlier. I've not really got anything worthwhile left of this long now. I have to be honest, I wasn't really expecting this move to happen. So this one did take me by surprise, which not very rarely happens with Bitcoin. So normally I am the one who is, it's usually me, okay, that is the one that's going, you know what, I don't think we're going to take these lows. I think we're going to short squeeze out of here. I don't think that's going to happen. But on this occasion, the one time that I was looking to take a swing failure pattern of the lows, it didn't happen, and it did what it usually does. Again, short squeeze, and we get a move higher. So yeah, I missed that move. I didn't quite profit from it in the way that I usually would from something like this. So yeah, never mind. Scott Bridges, hey Luke, would you consider having different tiers of membership for the crew? See, the thing with that is, I think we're already incredibly competitively priced, and it's really just, yeah, like the thing with the crew is, I want to be, I guess I want to be helping people, and it's more covering the time for obviously all the staff involved and everything, but really just providing a nice community for everyone as well. And I think if we start to do tiers, the price would, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna mention tiers on here. It's not my kind of thing. I think if you're gonna join a community, you join the community, yeah. Um, and I like to have a free section as well that's actually active and provides good content, which is why I do all this educational stuff on my YouTube instead of being like, well, I guess I do shill sometimes, but that's why I like to do a lot of educational stuff within the Discord, because I like to help people out. Crypto Prince, the value areas came from merging this range back to the 9th of August. Nice. Let's have a look on X. So I do think that we probably get a little bit of continuation on this move as well. I don't think it's like entirely finished yet, although that's pretty significant volume up at these highs, okay? So we do have some pretty significant volume up here. 48,600, yeah. Big drop off on open interest. Okay, so actually really big drop off on open interest on these highs, and this is on Binance. It always goes to Binance on this one. Not as much of a drop off on open interest on Bybit or FTX. Let's have a look. Open interest still increasing on FTX, so I do think this move has probably still got a bit more left in it. I think a lot of this is probably Binance, just FOMO, which is what Binance does. So by the look of this and what FTX is doing, and you gotta know FTX and be aware of what these guys are doing, it does feel that this move has a bit more left in it than say last Friday's move, when we had the move up last Friday that again we covered on stream. We saw a massive drop off of open interest across the board, and that's why I took a short at that stage, because there just wasn't the interest there. It was clear that this was just going to go up and then back down again, which it did. And this occasion, I do think we're a bit higher before we really see this interest being lost. So maybe this is just a little take a breath for a minute. You can see the delta. It had quite aggressive selling, and now this has started to chill out a little bit. It does seem like maybe we're going to start to see positive delta coming back in again. You can see at the moment there is absorption going on the ask side, so this is being forced down a little bit, but the buying is still there from at least smaller traders. So we'll just have to monitor this for a while. I do think possibly there's another little move higher before we do see a bigger correction, but we'll have to just wait and see. Altcoins. Let me just cover some alts. Okay. Let's have a look at this. JDev, can you discuss the situation with alts? Yes. If BTC can range here. There's a butterfly in my room. Sorry. So distracted. I'm just watching a butterfly in the room. Never mind. Okay. If BTC can range here over the weekend, can we get a mini alt pump? Yes. I do think we see alts continue over the weekend. It's like, it would be amazing for them not to at this point, and I would be looking for what you'll probably see is a lot of alts moving down right now, and then they're going to be playing catch up. So I probably want to do a bit of shopping in a minute for some altcoins, because I do think that we're likely to see a good alt rally over the weekend on this as well. I will cover some of the alts in just a sec. Elizabeth Wash, our crew membership is more than worth it. We love the community, and you're taking trading rooms. And if you're taking trading rooms, you can make your membership and maybe some other sub fees up in 1 or 2 trades. Yeah. Is exocharts necessary to join the crew? Let's see what. So this is yeah, one of the members of our crew. So thank you for the kind words. Cool. What I would say as exocharts membership is that it's not essential. Okay, a lot of these things you can get from AgriTrade and from TradingView. So we do use AgriTrade a lot. We do use TradingView a lot. We might start using Go Charting as well. That is a free platform, I believe, for crypto. So we may start to use that. What is this increase in spot buying? This is insane. All right, that's just no. I thought this was on the same time frame. Forget what I said. Yeah, I wouldn't say exocharts is essential. I'd say definitely you'd want to be aware of how to use it so that if you do feel that there is value in using exocharts, then we do use it a lot within the crew for sure. But not essential. When you're starting out, just exochart, TradingView, AgriTrade, and some other free tools is probably enough to cover you, at least for the basics for the first few weeks, and then you can kind of see how things are going from there. Also, we do give away free exocharts memberships to anyone to people within the crew. That's what the Friday raffles are for. We've still got a few of them left, only a few of them left. So if you want to be in it for a chance of winning free exocharts memberships, then you got to be in the crew. You got to be in it to win it. Enough shilling. Okay. The crypto hustle get us one. We don't have fireflies here. It was a butterfly, not a firefly. A butterfly was in the room next door. Fireflies would be cool. ADA. Yes, I'm gonna look at ADA. Jacob Drobil. Wouldn't it be an open test drive instead of an open drive if we went for the back test of the daily open? Sorry, I will get to Alts in a minute. I'm just going to explain this. For me, this was an open drive because you drove higher. The test of the daily open wasn't until much later in the day. Okay, that was 8 hours after the open. So that, in my opinion, the open has to happen within the initial balance, in my opinion, anyway. We can take a look at it. We can take a look at our daily open, which was... Our daily open was... I don't even have it marked on my chart because I've been so busy today. 1. Cool. So this, I will just check to see if it was an open, what I like to call an open drive or an open test drive. Add the VWAP. Actually, it's really interesting. We had a good bit of chop early on, but then once we got confirmation and price started to settle down, then that VWAP did act as support. 10 minutes in. See, because of the initial chop that we did have, maybe more so that kind of open test, because we did test up and then down before we didn't just drive straight off of open. So yeah, I guess you are right. You are right. And then certainly we had the test later on in the day, and this was our larger time frame test that came here, which was very good. Very, very good. And now look where we are. Crazy stuff. Okay, I'm going to go through the alts. We're going to start off with ETH BTC, which is seeing a slight move down, of course, because Bitcoin is seeing a big move up. So ETH BTC, what we got out of this was that nice trade that we wanted for it to take the lows. I see I had an alert there. We were looking for this. And you'd have to say, unless Bitcoin, yeah, we probably play a bit of catch up on Ethereum right now. ETH USD, still within this big area of resistance, okay? So ETH USD, until we're really clear of this daily level and we're looking above here, I'm not really looking for longs on Ethereum just yet. I'm still not really looking for shorts either. I did take the short that I wanted to, and I did get the take profit down here off of this, but yeah, maybe a swing failure of these highs on Ethereum right now. So we could see a retrace down if Bitcoin chills out and comes into a range. So Ethereum, not one I'm really looking at. The crypto hustle, no, there's not a swing failure pattern here, not at least not on Bitcoin, because we're still above the highs, I believe. Let me just check. For there to be a swing failure pattern, we'd have to come back down below this level, okay? So we'd have to lose 48,200 and come down. So there's no swing failure pattern here. On Ethereum, yes, there possibly is. So we do have to monitor this. We are looking at Ethereum. There could be resistance here. So this is where the liquidity was, possible swing failure pattern off of here. And let's see if it does struggle to get back above. And then we can maybe taking a look for shorts on ETH. I do think ETH kind of calms down. Litecoin held up quite nicely against this move and has already had its move down. So Litecoin is certainly something I'm looking at to play catch up against Bitcoin over the weekend. I do think that has a pretty good chances of success here. So we are looking at Litecoin. It did hold above the daily level. So this important daily level, we've not had any closes below. So this is good. This is constructive on Litecoin on the LTC BTC chart. That's looking constructive. And also it's back above this weekly and back through its little local golden pocket. So it did get through this resistance. So again, happy days for anyone in the Litecoin long. Me. Yeah, good stuff. Again, we've not taken out the highs again yet, but I still do think this could play catch up and come up towards our 227 target eventually on here. So Litecoin's looking good. Link probably not so interesting at the moment. I do take that off of higher time frames. And then let's have a look, of course, at the star of today, at least, Cardano. But still, right? Huh? Where's all my stuff gone from Cardano? There we go. I deleted a load of stuff off of here earlier. Okay, so we're still within this area of resistance on Cardano, okay? Need to get everything back on my chart after I deleted it all earlier to do the the video. So I did do a detailed Cardano analysis earlier on today. So if anyone would like to watch that Cardano analysis where I do go over these major high time frame levels, and we are looking at levels again above and slightly below as well. This is a take profit here. I do think if we clear this, then we're looking at, again, much higher prices. But we're at resistance, okay? We're still there, and this could possibly swing failure as well. This, like previous all-time high. But again, we do have the targets on here. So if you would like to see the in-depth Cardano analysis, then please do watch the video I posted this morning on that. XTZ, Tezos and Atom also looking good. Okay. And Sol. Daniel, not about to correct to 38k. You never know. Never say never. Like, I mean, I'd be looking at 42 or 40,500. So, yeah. I wouldn't be saying 38k at that point. I'd get quite bearish, I think, if Bitcoin came down to 38k. I'd be looking back down towards like 30s or something, 20, 25. Tezos. Tezos was one that was on my watch list. Boy, Tezos looks good just from like just from a just simple chart, okay, it does look very, very, very happy right now. Yeah, really healthy uptrend on Tezos on the USD chart. And again, this Bitcoin one just looks great. This is what you like to see from just bottoming kind of patterns. That looks, I look like Carl the Moon then, didn't I, with the diamond bottom or whatever. But it does look like accumulation going on here on Tezos. And that could really, really... Because I can remember when I was trading this range. So how far is it up just to get back into its old range? Which I think it's very likely to happen at some point. Because this is a great range to trade. I think there's a lot of nice data up there. So Tezos, we could be looking at a move of 260%. Yeah, nothing big. I mean, there's certainly a lot of resistance to come through. But if this is accumulation, and it does seem to be that way at this point, we do seem to be in an area that's like it was down here. I'd be very bullish on Tezos. Very, very bullish on Tezos over the next few weeks and months. This is, yeah, accumulation phase, so I'm not going to go too much into detail. I start, basically what I do on these alts is if they look good like this, I just start to just trickle into spot positions, and then I start to add leverage as we go higher. That's kind of my style. It's nice and simple. I don't really have to manage anything. So yeah. The crypto hustle, Carl the Zoom conference call. I mean, if anyone wants to shout out Carl the Moon, and I would love to have him on a stream with us one day. Imagine that. Maybe we'll be at that size one day where maybe we can get these guys on stream. But hey, people might have their thoughts about Carl the Moon. I don't watch any of his content personally, but I think he seems like quite a nice guy, and it would be fun to have him on a stream. Sol. I don't feel like I can really do serious analysis on Sol either. We've come into this 1.272, okay? So this is the log scale, which I think realistically I would much rather be looking at right now on here. So we're into that 1.272 on this. We did take out the highs. This was what we were looking for. So we were looking at 100. We were looking at $79 as being our first point of resistance, then 116, and then 178, because we are looking at log scale on here. I'd also just like to see if we go something like this, you know, probably nothing particular lining up on here. Okay, not really so much confluence on any of that for this one. We also have linear, just in case we want to be looking at linear as well. And then we could go, where does the impulse start? Down here? High, low. So we're into this 1-to-1 on linear scale as well. Sol's certainly up against some resistance here, okay? So we do have some technical stuff that could be holding it back. I certainly would not be wanting to get overexposed into long positions on Sol right now, although it's in a healthy uptrend. So yeah, resistance, yeah. We had $79 on here. This is saying 77 and 82. So we're in this zone of resistance on both log and linear on this chart. And the BTC pair actually looks like this could be the 1.618 on here as well. So let's just take a look at that. Let's add our expansions onto this. Ooh, close, yeah? So almost into that 1.618. If we do take it from our actual high to our major pivot low, then we have come into that 1.618 on the BTC pair as well. So yeah, definitely be aware of that. I do think maybe time for a cool down on Sol. I can also do the expansions on here. Why did that not work? duh, 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 duh. Eh, meh, nothing really on there. I'd love to do like, I've never really done it before, but this isn't something I use. I don't know if I'm using this right. Um, Forget it. Forget it. Uh, Smash the like for the algo. Yes, do it. Let's get this up to 50 likes, and let's get it up to 100 likes. Let's get it up to 200 likes. Let's get it up to 500 likes. Let's do all the likes. And like. RSR. Happy days, RSR has hit target. There it is. Weekly level. I have my limits. I have my limit sales here on some spot positions on this. So happy days, RSR, come into the weekly level, and look how perfect it is. This is why you mark your high time frame levels, okay? Because you get stuff like this, and that is perfection. That is absolute perfection on this. 105 sats. Great stuff. So very happy on RSR. Still looking for this on my US dollar kind of positions on here though, okay? So we're still looking for a slight move up on the USD. Oh, that was my fingers cracking. Yeah, RSR looks great. AVAX, HNT. HNT is really cool, actually. I like what they're doing as a project. And I did buy some because I liked what they were doing as a project. I don't really know where to sell this. I've never actually done any analysis on it. The other thing as well, so my little baby QNT still moving on up. So QNT looking great right now. I am not selling this. It still looks really good. I'm probably going to be, yeah, you know what? This is a long time hold for me, so I'm very happy with this one. And Swissborg we also wanted to look at, didn't we? I need to add that to my Swissborg now has a US dollar chart on it at last. Thank you, Swissborg. Although I can't load it. Oh, okay, Swissborg does have a US dollar chart, but yeah, Swissborg looking really nice. We were looking at this on the stream again the other day and just looking at how just sideways it was, and we did get a good move up out of that as well. Adam Zosma, hey Luke, do you think Max Payne of Max Payne will happen? Like up to 56, 57, then dump when everyone FOMO into all-time high. So just having a look on the chat. I'm not really thinking, I don't think of Max Payne. I think it's a, like, first of all, I just trade level to level. So I don't really care what Max Payne scenario is. I don't know what the Max Payne scenario is because all I know is like what's happening at the time. I believe right now there's probably more pain with this going higher. Ouch. um, I do think there's probably a bit more pain with this going higher because I do think more retail are probably trying to short this than they are being happy to long. I'm certainly a bit cautious of longing up here, so I think there's probably more short positions that could still get liquidated than this to go higher. At that point, I don't know. Like, the thing is, you could say, oh, look, you could have said that here, like, oh, this is Max Payne, everyone thinks it's a breakout, we could dump back down. just retraced and came up higher. We could have said that here, like max pain being that we come back down, it just carried on going higher. If we come up into this level up here, it could just hold. I don't really see like a max pain scenario on this. I'd have to look at like macro stuff. I know there are some interesting charts that show that we could see just a very small like poke up above these highs, and then that could fail based on some kind of analysis. I don't know, but yeah, level by level. So you trade it. I mean, I don't really care about what it does in the long term. I just trade the percentages moves that we get on each day, and I'm very happy with just doing that. Bitcoin dominance continues to hold here. I do think again alts will probably get a pretty nice move over the weekend, but at the same point BTCD does look like it's kind of holding quite nicely here, you know. But then you can't really TA it when it just does stuff like this quite often. It could just keep going down and down and down. Yeah, whatever. Anything else I want to go over? I'm probably going to wrap this up in a minute. I don't think there's too much more I want to go over. I do still think we get one more attempt higher later on or over the weekend. And then I'd really be looking at market structure before I start taking any big shorts or anything. Ars Batia. Would you be willing to export your TradingView watch list? It's basically, there's not really any point me exporting this. I just have the stuff that I trade day in, day out on here. This is literally just Binance Futures. There is a website that gives you that you can import all of the Binance Futures stuff into a watch list. So I just have a watch list on that. I have a KuCoin watch list. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe someone can help ours out. Does anyone remember what this website's called, where you can get all of the files for having all these watch lists on there? It's some kind of like, it's something stupid like bananapineapple.com or something like really silly like that. It's like nothing crypto related. It's something just ridiculous. But it has everything good on there. Ramez, I'm holding ADA since $1. Can you do TA on it, please? And your thoughts, please. I'm not going to do any more TA on Cardano. I have covered that in this video already, and I did do a 20 minute, maybe like a 10-15 minute long video on just Cardano analysis this morning. So do watch that. Basically, like, long story short on Cardano, I'm looking at, I think if you bought it at $1, you're pretty safe. To be honest on this, I think you're in pretty good shape. I bought Cardano quite a long time ago. I wouldn't be looking at anything at this stage below $1.40. Okay, so even if this does get a move down from this point, I'd still be quite bullish on Cardano, even if it comes all the way down to $1.40. Okay, so yeah. And then we have our targets to the upside. But yeah, again, I've done a whole video on this morning, so please do go and check that out. I think you'll find that very interesting. And when you do go and check it out, please do give it a like if you do find it interesting. Luke, do you think if start going above 50k, people will have shorts in 50, 60k, start closing positions, and we get a fast move up? Yeah, like anything's possible. I'm not gonna crystal ball this and say that I'm very confident of where this is going. My initial plan was for this to put in a range within this area and for us to have an alt season. That is exactly what we're getting so far. If Bitcoin decides it wants to come up here and continue ranging for a bit longer, it's fine by me. I mean, if price is going up, I'm happy because I'm holding spot Bitcoin. I'm more exposed into long positions at the moment than I am into shorts. And yeah, Bitcoin going up is just happy for everyone. It gets more viewers on YouTube. It gets more excitement in the space. It makes things more interesting. So yeah, I'm happy. Cool. All right. We got up to 50 likes. We got 62 viewers in here. I think I'm probably going to call it there. I've been streaming for an hour, so I am going to stream again later on tonight. And that's just, I always stream later on tonight, so put your alarms on for, I don't know, like 9 p.m. UK time. I'll do a stream, we'll have a bit of fun, we'll have some beers on stream, we'll go over some more stuff, and then maybe I'll talk macro, we'll get a few people on, and we can just have a general chat. So if anyone would like to be involved and just have like a little chit chat later, Senti usually joins us. Luxury, I think, maybe back from being away now, so he may join us. P might join us, but he'll probably have to sleep on the sofa if he does. Yeah, we'll have a good little conversation later on for whoever is around. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there. We'll work on 100 likes this evening, P. Don't worry about getting that now. But anyone who hasn't liked, please do like the video. It's massively helpful for everything that we do. And